So what I'm going to do today is with these three new stones, because this is a dual hone. We've got a water of air and a tam of Shanter. I haven't used this one yet at all. I want to hone some razors on both these, and then I'll do a shave video testing the edges. They're supposed to be both very good finishers. I'm also going to hone a razor on just this Coticule and try its edge, because I haven't really tried one yet. Starting out though, we're going to be using my 7-day set that I like to use as my test razors to test on different stones that I get. Previously, I had honed on Thuringian this Monday. See how it says Monday right there? This was honed on Thuringian stone, the larger one that I had got for a good deal. And then the, what is this, Tuesday? Anyway, I don't have my glasses on. So one of these was honed on the larger Thuringian, and the other was honed on the smaller one. Today I'm going to take, what is this? I think these two. So I think I had Sunday and Monday mixed up there. So this is, I should grab Tuesday. This one's Tuesday. And this one's Wednesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So these three are going to be my test razors. And one of them is going to be for Coticule, which is going to be probably the Tuesday. And then the other two will be for the dual hone Tam of Shanter, and then the other one. So it might be a longer video. I might edit some just for time. So we'll just kind of see what's going on. One quick thing, and we're back. The gentleman that sold me this beautiful stone also sent me slurry stones, and that dual hone came with slurry stones also. Some people don't do that. It was really nice of him to do that. I don't know if this is a matching slurry stone for this, but I might end up using this larger slurry stone. It's a little bit softer. We'll see how it goes. So we'll start out with the one that he gave me. And then I have, this one is Tuesday. So I'll be honing with this one on Coticule. And I guess we could check the flatness really quick on this stone. He lapped it before sending it out to me really well. So I imagine it's probably pretty flat. But we'll just go with the flow here real quick. This is a 400 grit diamond plate. It's perfectly flat, or as flat as you can get a diamond plate, I guess. I use it to create slurries and sometimes to lap softer stones. Okay, well that's pretty flat. Since I'm wasting good slurry, I'll start out with that, and then I'll use a slurry stone after for a finer slurry. So these were already shave ready, the whole set. But what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and give it a good cuticle edge. And this one's just going to be all cuticle for shaving so I can feel it and see how it feels on the face for this stone. Eric the Cajun Blade mentioned that this one is probably La Descente, one of the upper layer veins for cuticle, because of the spots and the darker color. They're usually a more brownish kind of colored stone. The gentleman, Rob, that I bought this stone from in the UK, he did not have a name for the stone. There was no vein mentioned. It was just, I think he said it was possibly old rock, old deep rock, or whatever the heck you call that. The original old school mines from back in the day. So this is its own slurry from the stone itself. I've noticed playing around with the stone that it cuts pretty fast. And it's a kind of a very hard stone, glass-like. Very fine feeling stone. Let's see if we can speed this up a little bit. Using good even pressure. I think this razor I probably shaved on it maybe 6 or 7 times. Might have been due for a refresh anyways. Whoever ends up buying that shaving set for me, if I ever sell it, they're gonna love it. This is great. Henckels is fantastic steel to shave with. The edges feel fantastic. It's a great size, especially for anyone who likes to have a razor that maneuvers well. I think they're 5/8 is the size. Some people like 6/8. I'm indifferent on size. I like it all. So even the tiny little mustache razors have a place in my world of shaving. Okay, so now I'm using medium pressure. Before it was a fair amount of pressure. guess I'm not going to use the slurry stones. I just really want to feel what this edge feels like from the slurry from this stone itself. So I'll just keep honing off of the slurry that I made with the diamond plate. Lessened up the pressure some more. Now it's a little less than medium pressure. It's already wanting to grab on one of the sides. Okay, now I'm really just using the weight of the stone or not stone, weight of the razor, weight of the stone. Clean that off. Then I'm going to just create a real light fine mist slurry. Just the weight of the razor. Okay. And it's starting to grab already. That's a quick stone. And we'll go with a little sudsy water here. I just use Dawn dish soap, the concentrated kind, blue or orange, either one works, doesn't really matter. This will keep the blade from sticking because it started to grab, which will allow me to get the rest of whatever's on the edge off and polish it further. Which will allow me to get the most out of the stone. After this, I'm gonna rinse off the soapy water, clean the razor, and then we'll come back later and I'll just use baby oil and hone with that for a little while. Go to actual oil instead of soapy water oil. Not using any pressure at all, just running it over the stone. can still feel it working, taking stuff off. Smoothing it out. Okay, I'll pause right here and then I'll get it set up for oil. All right, so I honed it on slurry, then went to sudsy soap, and now we're gonna do oil. This is just baby oil. It's what I like to use. Some people use like a 3-in-1 or I don't know. Some people use like glycerin or whatever floats your boat. To prep the stone, since I was using a diamond stone, the diamond stone will shape the honing area and the grains of the stone differently. So I went ahead and lapped it with one of the slurry stones, rubbed it around really good to properly shape the coticule granules to get it ready for honing on oil. Okay, so got some oil down. I'm not using any pressure at all. It's important that you keep adding oil, or else the stone face that you're honing on will get loaded with the metal. So as soon as you start thinking that you might need oil, it's time to add it already. Having a fair amount of oil on the stone is a good thing, because it keeps all those little pieces of metal from sticking into the stone. And it creates a nice gliding barrier between the honing face and the razor itself. There's no set time or lapse when you're honing on oil. It's kind of what I do is I check by cleaning the razor. It'll keep on having like metal pieces coming off, and the paper towel will be dirty. As soon as it stops having anything come off and it's just oil that I'm wiping off, that's when I'm finished, because it's no longer removing anything. So to show you what I mean, I'll stop here. I'll clean the razor. And you see all that? That's metal pieces that came off. So I'll just keep on honing. Move this bottle out of the way here. Until we don't see any more of that stuff. And that's when you're done. Or at least that's my experience. That's how I do it. Somebody else might do it differently. So what I'm telling you through this video is the way I do things. It might be different from somebody else. there's no set way to hone. You're just rubbing metal on stone and trying to polish the edge, refine an edge, and make it to where you can shave. So, whatever way that works for you, if you like to use Arkansas stones, or if you like to use Coticule, or if you're a J-Nat honer, that's how you hone. Okay, let's stop. Still getting some there. We'll clean up the face of the stone in case we're just pulling metal off that was repeated. We'll add some more oil. This is the same thing I do on the Arkansas stone. I'll keep on going with the black Arkansas with oil until nothing comes off. Henckels metal is on the harder side of things. Some other brands that were made back in the day, they harden their razors differently, like Sheffield razors are softer metal. Freadors, harder metal. Swedish razors, those are very hard. Carbon steel versus stainless steel. Carbon softer than stainless. Carbon's easier to hone, but the edge doesn't last as long. Stainless steel, harder to hone, but the edge lasts a very long time. Corrosion resistant on stainless steel versus carbon razors. You have to really be careful about rust and stuff that'll degrade your edge with a carbon razor versus a stainless steel. These ones are not inox, they're just regular carbon steel. But I think they used a best steel, which is close to stainless steel, for their regular steel through Henckels, and that's why it's so good. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the deal. All right, let's get a new piece of paper and check our work. Oh, look at that, getting close. There's barely anything on there. So I'll just clean up the face again. Add more oil. The other reason why I use baby oil is it's nice on my hands. Instead of like a heavy, stinky chemical smell and chemically oil. And it's super cheap. I mean, you can go get unscented baby oil or scented baby oil in any grocery store or any store for that matter, probably. I would imagine you'd probably be able to find baby oil in convenience stores. That's how common it is. It does a really good job. A lot of the old barbers, the guy that used to cut my hair, when he'd hone his razors, he used baby oil. And he got his way into the barber stuff back in World War II. He ended up cutting hair on a ship, and then after the war was over, he came back stateside, and he'd been cutting hair his entire life. He ended up retiring a few years back here in town, but I used to go to him a lot. He used all sorts of good goodies, good smelling stuffs when he'd give you a shave. Barbershop scented stuff like Clubman, powder your face, neck after a shave and a haircut with the Clubman powder. And he used Parasso sandalwood aftershaves. Really great guy, very knowledgeable about barbering and honing, and he used shavettes, but you could have him shave with a regular straight razor too if you asked. I ended up asking, and he was like, yeah, sure, I don't normally do that, but for you. You can learn a lot from the guys that were around back in the 40s and 50s, if they're still around to learn from. I'm older, so I had a chance to talk to a lot of these older gentlemen early on in my life before they got too old to tell their stories. All right, let's try this again. Very, very little right there. So I'll clean the face of the stone again. And some more oil. And I cut my own hair. I'm not a barber. I've been cutting my own hair for probably way before COVID. I got sick of, after my barber retired, I got sick of getting shitty haircuts and paying a lot of money for them. So I just started cutting my own hair. Yeah, I'd go to Supercuts and all that, and the ladies would fuck your hair up and give you a shitty fucking shavette shave for like $20. No thanks. Save the $20 and learn how to cut my hair on my own. So I got a wall with the different color coded clipper things, and I cut my own hair. I'm looking for a better brand to cut my hair with that's wireless, that doesn't have a wire that plugs into the wall. I tried Andes before, and I'm not a huge fan of them. They're not quality. Most of their stuff is cheap metal and cheap plastic. So I don't know what brand I'm going to go with next that's wireless, but you guys have seen my hair on my shave video, so you know how I like to style it. So I'd have to have clippers that could do that kind of style. Okay, the feel is super smooth now on the stone, and you can hear in between me jabbering a different sound, getting higher pitched on the blade. Okay, there's nothing left, so that's done. Let's take a look at that edge. Look how shiny that is. All right, so this is Tuesday, and that's the Coticule edge, all Coticule. So I'll have a shave video with this one after this stone, after I put up a video of this stone. And then I'm gonna go on to honing the dual hone. I might do the 2 razors with the dual hone today, or maybe another day, it just depends. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys.